Chasing you right now.
I'm with you.
Hey, miss. On me again.
Yeah, with you. Low speed.
I'm dead, yeah. I'm dead. I'm out of ammo apparently for some reason. I use no shots. You can base me right next to you, Baga, across. There's a guy across, racing on ping. No, yeah, race. No. Trying to race. No, he's just standing there. Scape breaker.
I got him.
No, across from you. If you kill that guy, you can race me. Yeah, you can race me that guy. The guy on you? Yeah, you can stick it. I'm gonna go slamming. Yeah, slamming. Slamming again.
I'm dead.
Yeah, I need to. Oh, you're dead. Actually dead. Okay. Yeah, I immediately.
Low HP, bottom floor.
Coming up on the other floor next to us. Chasing. He's one hit, Bagger.
If you go up again, you can res me. You can res me top.
Wait, let me get this guy first. He's literally one hit. Nice, we got him. I'm.
Another one. Entrance.
Yeah, one sec.
Got you killed. Kill me.
Okay, I'm coming. I'm getting it back up.
Oh, okay, you get him.
Jesus Christ. I miss. What a freaking nightmare.
No mobility, dude. Fuck me.
Yeah, I didn't get much either.
Let's go.
Alright. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm slamming after him. Oh, armor. I'm chasing right behind him. I'm on his ass, did you? He's dead.
Nice, okay, good.
Good. Yeah, I hear shots still on near ping.
Alright, let's go.
Yo, where am I? Oh my.
Oh, on ping.
I see him. Hit him dead.
Nice. I'm checking the heal.
Bottom floor across.
Yeah.
Oh, he's one HP, dude.
Armor.
Oh yeah, I'm shooting guy.
With me? We're gonna chase.
Bottom. Ground here.
I got the solo guy.
On me.
Yeah, I'm slamming up. I'm on him. Oh, he went up again.
Yeah, he's chasing.
Dead.
One.
I can hit Bagger. Went up. Dead.
Oh, I need his mobility, dude.
Yeah, take it. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I got sniper. Let me know if you see sniper.
Right, one on my body though.
I think you got it.
Where's your
He
body
went
at?
this way. Behind. Jenner died. 26.
He has armor.
Alright, more behind us as well. Trying to play behind.
Flying up right here. They're all fighting right here, dude. Holy shit.
He's weak as fuck.
Got shots on two. I got another one on me. Oh, what the fuck? We're not even close to each other.
Fuck,
What a rough game so far.
I don't even see where you're at.
I'm inside.
He's above throne.
He's on top of throne?
Yeah.
Is there one inside too?
There's a guy inside too, yes. And there's a guys across as well.
Guy's armored on me inside.
There's already people by me too.
Need a different gun. Fuck.
Full team of 3. One guy's on the rooftop right above me. Second floor of the building as well.
Fucking hit your shots, Kevin, man. Come on.
In the decay. There's a gold invis right here too. Fuck.
Half HP going into the entrance here is like 80%.
Can we fuck off with the skybreakers?
I got one guy killed here.
Front entrance, full HP here. On the side.
I'm wrapping over that right now.
Side of the building here.
Here's a D-tab.
Side of the entrance here. Oh my god, there's so many people. Trying to figure out where this body
This guy's a second shot.
Hall.
Like, super fucking weak.
I'm regenning.
Hit him for 30. He's one shot.
Back here. Still there,
No,
still there.
he's right here.
One HP is up top. He failed.
He's one. This guy's the one down low. He just went invis.
So low.
Out to the left.
Let's see where he's at.
Trying to follow you guys.
Killed the one that was invis and ran.
Good job.
I need to get his
I'm
ammo.
trying to
Guy above you.
Yep.
He's down low.
One just went off the jump pad over here.
I got a mine on me.
Get to this body.
I'm trying to lose it.
I'm up top.
Got him.
You got the res?
2 other squads. I have 5 kills, by the way.
Dude, I got 3. Like, I can't do anything right this second.
Welcome, folks, to round 2 of the Hyperscape Creators Cup. My name is Yusuf Nageed.
And I'm Chris Waters with a functioning microphone. Heyo, we're ready to go, Yusuf.
Hey, what's going on, Chris?
People are out here trying to earn
Chris,
some
I
money.
am so ready. Folks, if you're just tuning in for the first time, the Hyperscape Creators Cup is a 3-day tournament taking place last Friday, this Friday, and 2 Fridays from now. Right now, we're right in the thick of things, in the middle of round 2. We have our top 5 teams right now that we'll be taking a look at throughout the next 2 hours. And all of those teams are competing for a share of the $50,000 prize pool.
That's right, Yusuf. Let's
we're
take
looking
a look
right here
at the top 5 while we go ahead and just break it down here. So these are the team names.
We got.
Go ahead.
Oh, please keep going.
Oh, well, what you're seeing is the team names, but then highlighted at the top of each one is the captain that you'll be seeing during our broadcast today. So we'll be checking out KP5, Luop, Pengu, Thor, and Denti. And you can take a look here at how their eliminations stacked up. Of course, they're getting 1 point for each elimination, 15 points for every match win, and the best 3 matches they have in the competition period are going to count for their score for that week. So KP5, Tanner Slays, and Sladrin topping it out with 192. What an impressive score.
So, I mean, you can see every team here, Chris, got 3 wins, whether it was, just through eliminations or the crown, same number of points either way. So each team got 45 points just from wins, but every additional point above 45 all came from eliminations. So it just shows you how just absolutely devastating these players are. Every person here, almost every person is averaging well above 10 kills per match.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, we see Pengu topping it out there with 61. Sladrin even more at 67. Some of the top slayers from our first week of competition. We also had we had 26 teams competing overall. We had some good performers here in the 6 through 15 block. Pretty close in score with Acevers and iSkies' teams within shouting distance of the top 5. And you can see here a few highlights. Katie with 59 kills. We were watching her last week, Yusuf, and woo, she was going to work.
Oh yeah, I was thinking Katie would easily be the top fragger, but it just shows the skill of our players overall. That and to be fair, Katie was top 3, but Sladrin coming in with that 67, and then overpowered OW coming in with 66 as well. Just some absolutely devastating, scores coming up here.
Absolutely. And if you are looking for any of your other favorite streamers who are competing, here's the 16 through 26 spots. We had some pretty good competition last week, and we're going to be taking a look now at the players who are in some matches. Let's go on board here with Pengu. His team is one of 9 teams left already in this match, and he's getting into it with his Harpy.
Oh, yeah. So, you can see right here, Tango goes down. That's going to be tough. But you got to remember, though, in Hyperscape, as long as there is some player left, you see tons of restore points, you see communications coming out. They're going to try to get these revives, and it's plenty possible to get right back in this, get back into the thick of things. Oftentimes restore points are always going to be really out in the open. Not always, but they can often be in very hot zones where teams are still fighting and teams are still battling it out. And so, if you can sneak in a revive there just by through the sheer chaos, you can sometimes play that to your advantage.
And that time, I pay Winrar reviving Pengu under a hail of Hexfire from a nearby building. But now the zone has gone away. They're taking sector damage, and actually it looks like 2 of Pengu's teammates are going to go down to the sector damage. And is he himself also going to go down? He's sprinting and sliding frantically towards that clear zone with, no one at his back. He's now below half health. Remember, folks, as the decay sets in, as zones start to disappear, the damage you take from being in that decay area increases to the point where it can get very deadly in the final minutes of the game.
Well, and Chris, we always say, obviously, the zone decay is going to hurt you. Oh, we see Pengu's team there get eliminated. Not the end of the world. This is probably not going to be their highest scoring match by far. We see there 17, 28 points coming out there from Team Chicken Farmers. Based off their proficiency, based off their track record, I don't think that'll be a top 3 match for them. But at the end of the day, 28 points. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
They're getting warmed up. They're getting into the flow. They got just under 2 hours left in today's competition period, and now we're switching over to KP5. He and his teammates Tanner Slays and Slaydren are the current #1 spot in the Hyperscape Creators Cup, and we see him here.
192 points.
It's just a very impressive number.
Yeah.
But he goes down
but
here, and
it
looks
just
like he's actually, sorry, Yusuf, it looks like he's actually killed by Ice Skies, who is another competitor in the game. In our tournament, his team is in 7th, but not too far out of the top 5. Remember, you got to be in the top 5 to win money here in the Creators Cup, as KP5 scrambles to find a restore point to get back in the action.
Part of these creators, of course, are playing in standard matchmaking, so they're not all necessarily playing against each other. They're playing against the general Hyperscape population. But I love to see creators go after each other in a match, or get matched up together in the same map and taking each other out, because in a way, it's not going to be, it's more efficient that way, especially if you're taking out a team that's above you in the rankings. You're picking up a kill, you're denying them kills and points overall. So, that's what you want to see.
Yeah, it adds a little extra flair.
If I'm Ice Guys, if I'm Team Blue, one of these teams that's right on the bubble, that prize pool, I'm hoping I get matched up against KP5. I'm hoping I get matched up against Luop.
Right, you want the chance to shut them down, because every time you shut them down, not only are you adding points to your roster, but you're denying them that time to get those points. After a very close brush with that there, KP5 is back at full health, and his team looks to push around the corner and engage here. They're down to the last 11 teams. So yeah, we're already seeing matches progress pretty far towards the end game, as players go for that 15-point bonus for winning a match. And that's going to help.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's looking at the score breakdowns and just seeing that a win is going to get you 15 points. The max you can get from winning is 45, and those 45 points don't matter. It definitely matter. Rather,
sure.
That's nothing to it's you definitely want to go for those. But at the same time, the kills coming out are just absolutely massive.
Yeah, and let's hop over.
I mean, you take 192 points and take away 45 for those wins. That's almost 150 kills coming out in 3 matches.
Yeah, that'll knock you out of contention. So the kills are definitely key. Here we see Luop picking up 1. He and his team are in the 2nd place spot. It's Luop, Average Aiden, and Sora Daltouche. They were just 5 points behind KP5's team, so not a lot separating the two. So there's definitely plenty of room for leaderboard mobility here in day 2.
No, yeah, just looking at these breakdowns, I think any of the top 5 teams have, this can totally switch around by the end of today. In just an hour and a half, we could be looking at a totally different leaderboard. Oh, Luop putting in work though with that Riot 1. You know me, Chris. I'm a sucker for some good Riot 1 plays.
You love the Riot 1, and it's hard not to, man. When it fires, it's got that kick, and it hits so hard, and it's just, watching people get those precision kills. Oh, that's what this high-level play is all about. It's so good.
Oh, yes.
Like these shots, jumping down while the other person is jumping up. That's like the verticality of Hyperscape really coming into play there and letting these players show their skill as you're tracking players through these like multi-story, 3-dimensional, in and out of buildings battles, and Luop and his team cleaning up there.
What I love to see there, Luop obviously using the Riot 1 and Mammoth shotgun there. Typically, the Riot 1 is going to be your more mid to long range weapon. The shotgun's going to be your close range weapon. That's obvious. But Luop's able to sort of use them a little bit both in different settings. Able to use the Riot 1 in somewhat close proximity, and then able to still use the Mammoth. Mammoth can still be effective at sort of mid range while you're chasing. And so being able to use kind of not necessarily being so afraid to have to switch to the for the perfect circumstance, but switching when it just is necessary, or when you need to reload, so you're not wasting shots, you're not wasting time not shooting.
Got to be efficient there if you want to. Ooh, finish him off. There we go. As Luop and his team push into the top 13 teams in their match, mopping up the... And I feel like you start to know when the eliminations are coming out in late match because it's like fully fused weapons and hacks are spilling out of every kill. You see those gold things pop out, you know you're like taking down some players who had quite an arsenal.
Well, and that's what's so we talked about this last week, Chris. It's because of the pace of Hyperscape, because of the way the game changes as the match progresses. You can't be afraid to switch out your loadout. You can't be afraid to go with a different hack or a different weapon if it's going to suit you better. And for no matter how short amount of time that's going to be. And so when you're taking out teams and they're dropping fully fused mammoths, fully fused protocols, something like that, like you're going to want to be able to pick those up and not be afraid to abandon your loadout.
How often would you say you do that, Yusuf? Do you like do the pivot, the play, or do you kind of like get stuck into your strategy?
No, all the time. I think specifically if I'm fighting indoors, and I maybe I have 2 mobility hacks, or I have a mobility hack and armor or something like that, I will gladly switch it out for like heal and a mine or something, just really quick. Because a heal can be really powerful close quarters. I mean, heal is good all the time, but if you're fighting indoors, a heal is really good. A mine can be really devastating. And pick up that mammoth that you see sitting right there if you can. Pick up that salvo. There are some devastating combos indoors that aren't necessarily going to work for you long range.
Definitely. And, you mentioned heal and mine. Those are actually 2 of the hacks you can pick up, throw them down, and then pick your other hacks back up. So you can take advantage of them situationally if you get into a tough spot here. We see Luop using that big gravity lift to try to get a view on who he's pursuing. But looks like they got away for now. He's pursuing invisibility style. Do you feel like you have to whisper every time you're invisible, Yusuf?
Well, I mean, you see the invis with the shotgun is just so devastating. The nice thing about invisibility is that as soon as you trigger it, you do become undetectable. And if you can get up close with someone, it's not just used for running away. You can use it to outflank someone, get up right behind them or right next to them, and then as soon as you trigger that shotgun shot, you will become visible. Your reticle will appear. But if you can just sort of line them up to where your reticle is going to be, you can just absolutely devastate someone.
Like
we just saw right there.
There it is. That's making it happen. Luop and his squad now into the top 9 teams. Luop with 12 kills under his belt, and one has to imagine his team is also racking them up right there. Our number 2 contender team.
Speaking of indoor hacks, Chris, I gotta give a special shout out to Slam. Slam, great mobility, can do some serious damage, but indoors, oh man, indoors it is so good. It'll knock people back, it'll displace them, and then it's just a great finisher. It's great if you're having trouble tracking someone and you get some big AOE damage around you. And because you're inside, it's relatively quick to deploy too.
Yeah, it comes out so fast. And there's just something a little funny to me also about the the visual of someone leaping up, smacking their head on the ceiling, and then just smashing back down with extra fury because their head now hurts. I don't know if virtual competitors in Hyperscape and Neo Arcadia feel pain, but I like to imagine there's at least a comedic element there.
Yeah. I'd like to imagine it. Well, the slam gives you that great superhero landing, But if you can coordinate it, if you have 3 people, 3 teammates in a room with someone and you all slam, that's going to be at minimum 90 damage.
And that is going to be most of your health here as we see Luop and his team pursuing. Oh, here we go. The invisibility surprise. Can he nail it?
Yep.
Oh, I think he missed the first one, but it's not going to matter. All it takes is those 2. And that's 2 of the 3 members of that team he was fighting down.
Yeah, Chris, you pointed out how many members down. Of course, that comes out from those skulls you see that appear every time that there's an assist or an elimination. That lets you know how many members of that team are left, if any. 3 skulls right there, as you see, means the squad is wiped. No need to worry about that squad anymore. Res is coming out of them.
A great finish with the Riot 1 coming down, death from above, as they're now one of the top 3 teams left. So, I feel like with these games, with these, these people so good at slaying their enemies, coming out so quick with them. You don't see necessarily the area constricting all that much to you know, the round tends to get into that end game battle faster just because the death rate is so high.
No, absolutely. And in Hyperscape 2, there's a unique win condition. The crown appears during the showdown phase, and if you grab the crown and hold on to it for 45 seconds, you win the match. The trick of that being that when you're holding the crown, you are revealed to everyone, and your cooldowns are increased by 50%. So you can't, spam your hacks or anything like that. And so there is a bit of a trick there. There is a bit of a play of, do you try and bait the crown? Do you try to go for it yourself? And so but the nice thing about it is that it discourages camping. You're not going to have people just hiding away at the very end during that showdown phase. You're going to get fights.
Absolutely, and you're going to get chases as well. And here we see they're down to the last two, so this is going to be it. That's the win for Luop and his squad. Get ready to do some quick arithmetic as we get the numbers tallied up. 16 kills from Luop, 12 from Designful to 28, 38 points from kills. And what I like to see here is both Luop and Designful having, I think I read that right, having double-digit assists. To me, that speaks to the coordination of the team and how well they were working together. Here we see Pengu just getting ready for a match. Let's go over here where KP5 is in a fight here. Sladron taking one out there. Still pretty early in this match, but pursuing and taking out a team. So yeah, strong game there from Luop and company. Yusuf, what's our total for that?
Yeah, 53 points coming out for that match alone.
Pretty good. I think
the incredible thing, that's a very high score, Chris. I think that would have been the second highest that we saw last week on stream. That is still lower than their average top three from last week.
That's
so
true.
They got some room to improve.
Let's take a look at that leaderboard real quick. These are our top 5 teams, folks. These are who we'll be taking a look at during our broadcast today, during day 2 of Hyperscape Creators Cup. That was Luop and Friends, team number 2 that we just saw. Of course, they totaled 187 points with 2 match wins and 1 crown win, as well as strong eliminations across the board there. We'll see if that 50-something pointer is enough to make it into their top 3 matches. Remember, as the tournament rules state, the top 3 scoring matches from this 2-hour period of competition today will add together to make their score. That score will add to their week 1 score, and we'll have the updated results for you by early next week. Go ahead and follow Hyperscape on Twitter. That's where you're going to see them shared immediately. They'll also be on news.ubisoft.com. And while you're at it, give this channel a follow so you'll be in tune for the finals 2 weeks from now. All right, Yusuf, let's get back into it
Chris.
here. Let's see who's fighting.
Let's go.
We're going to go back to KP5 here, as they're now down to 15 teams in his match. The reveal event is live, so everyone is sort of spotting their, people if they're nearby. Doesn't look like anyone's breathing down these guys' neck just yet.
No, we see the reveal event active right now too, and you notice there KP5 opened up the map during the reveal event, which is very important to do because you're only actually going to see folks revealed that are close to you, even during the reveal event. So bringing up the map just shows you a bit more where the concentration is of enemies. And when you're playing in the Creators Cup and every elimination gets you a point, you want to go to the hot zones.
I was just going to say earlier, Yusuf, when we were talking about wins, the crown win versus, the match win of just kill everyone else in the match. Definitely match wins tended to be what the highest scoring teams favored in first week of our competition, because of course all those extra little points, you're still going to get the bonus for the match win, but if you get all the kills that you can, it's just going to help you score all the more.
Yeah, honestly, I think the best reason to go for the crown is honestly to bait the kills, is to bait the people coming out, because once they do that, you can just clean up at that point.
We did see that last week, right? Fuya and her team, they just picked up the crown
Yeah.
and were like, come and get it. And
they picked up the crown and continued to be aggressive. And that's another thing that's so important in a Creators Cup tournament structure like this, where every kill counts, where just because you have the crown, just because you might secure the victory, doesn't mean you still can't, be aggressive. Your guns still work, your hacks still work. Make use of them.
Absolutely, and we are definitely seeing folks make use of those weapons and hacks today. Here we see these guys tracking along one of the elevated tramways or monorails that goes around the city of New Arcadia. They're actually pushing into a decaying zone to pursue those kills, and there's going to be some high-flying action around. I don't know what this place is called. It's one with all the big tubes, the industrial like silo spots.
This is the line.
The line?
Yeah.
I knew I could count on you, Yusuf. You got it.
My Neo Arcadia cartography degree is paying off.
All right, we've got KP5 here with the Harpy and the Skybreaker. Not a lot of fully fused weapons from his teammate. It looks like actually his teammate was just rezzed because he's got no weapons. You can see there in the HUD. But with a Gold Ripper now and a Harpy, Slayerin is going to be back. Slayerin. I'm sorry, I just could not resist.
I'm coming. I'm 5 seconds behind you.
I'm always impressed too with the HP callouts. Like, yeah, I know they're kind of like, they gotta be estimates, but like, they seem to be really pretty accurate. I guess you can see that little health bar. You can give an idea of how much there is, and like, I mean, you know, the tenacity with which you should pursue it, or like how, you know, is it going to give you information about how you think they're going to play?
No, of course. So you get the damage numbers popped up, so they do know exactly how much they're hitting for. And you know, in Hyperscape you have 120 health. So you know, if you say I hit someone for 60, you know that they're at half health at that point. And you're always going to want to be more aggressive, specifically also because in Hyperscape that health will heal over time. Obviously, there's the heal hack that will heal you up right quick and in a hurry, but eventually, you know, if you don't take enough any damage, you will heal over time. So if you put down, you know, if you get a body shot with a protocol or something, you do a fully fused one and you do 80 damage, you want to call that out because you need to push on that advantage. You need to push on that low health.
Yeah, you definitely want to pick them up. You don't want to leave them to go ahead. That's your kill, man. Those are your points. You got to get them.
Exactly. Plus, you know, part of me always thinks too. Everyone wants a little bit of credit. It's like, oh, hey, I did some damage. I'm gonna say this out loud.
I'm doing work out here. Let's go. You know, keep the sort of like energy up. Definitely.
Exactly, and you just want to be communicating as much as possible.
Especially when you're going for that money, your share of $50,000 in prize money. With $20,000 of that going to the first place team after week 1. That was KP5, the streamer you're looking at right now with Tanner Slays and Slaydrin, or Slayorin. I can never tell if that's an O or a D. Looks like a D.
Slaydrin.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, they were #1, and it looks like they've got 6 teams left here in this match as they look to tally a win, get themselves a match under the belt.
Yeah, you know, I have a if there's a weapon that I wish I could be better at with, it's definitely the Harpy, Chris. Just seeing the work KP5 is doing, and seeing what other streamers are capable of doing with the Harpy, I gotta admit, I'm a bit envious.
For sure.
In a skilled player's hands, oh man, the Harpy is just devastating.
Dude, the rate of fire and the way that they track, like, you can just, like, and this is one of those moments where, like, those numbers coming out is actually really satisfying, because you just see, like, like, you're hitting all those shots, like, the rate of connection is just so satisfying, and then pop, that, the death like, animation of all the hacks and weapons popping out is also pretty satisfying.
Yeah, Chris, I'm sorry to cut you off there. KP5 getting into an indoor altercation, looks like a Red Tiger there, but coming out with a sliver of health. Indoor slams coming out from both players there, and then popping the invis after the engagement, just to start that healing process up.
Well, just in case someone is waiting around the corner to mop it up. But,
exactly.
Looks like, whoa! What a shot there! The protocol headshot onto the mid-air player. Let's see if we can get another one. Oh, that was a body shot. And that's the assist.
I mean, we see there, swapping out that loadout. Dropping that Skybreaker for the fully fused protocol, and it pays off immediately.
That is true, and they are stacking up the kills now. It's down to the last 3 teams in their match, and it's looking good for this squad to put up some numbers.
80 on 1, 80 on 1.
So you see those callouts again, 80 damage.
Mm-hmm.
You got to push that.
I'm super one shot, guys. I have 310. 80 on 1, 80 on 1.
Uh-oh, you got someone ahead of you. Yeah, you know that slam was coming down.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So I mean, typically what I think. Ooh, the mammoth, fully fused mammoth kill coming out right as KP5 popped that invisibility. Remember, the invisibility doesn't make you instantly invisible. There is a bit of effect, and obviously you're still targetable, you're still hittable. So if you're not moving when you're invisible, you're still fair game, like we saw there.
And even if you're moving, you know, if the player guesses kind of where you're heading, what your most viable escape route is, and puts some shots down range, there's a strong chance they're going to connect on a few of them, especially if they have one of those high fire rate weapons, like the Harpy, like the Ripper, like the Hexfire.
Yeah, absolutely. Or some AoE damage, you know, a Skybreaker shot or something could nick you.
Oh, for sure. Now we're down to the last 2 teams here, folks. And it looks like one of them is down. So they're going to probably, the other team's probably going to be going for the res, but they are pursuing. There's a lot of real estate to run around in here still, even though they have reached the last 2 squads of the match.
I got 5.
Yeah, so I mean, the crown, you can tell, it doesn't spawn just because of how many people are left in the match. It spawns based off of map decay. And so, you know, when I get with a game like this where, you know, team KP5 is racking up a ton of kills, very, you know, probably expediting the rate of the match, the zone is not going to catch up. And so you might not get crown in every, you know, in every match, depending on how it's going.
That's true. It does not look like we are going to be getting that this time around. We're going to probably get a final fight. It's probably going to happen, I don't know, soon as these decay comes out. And they're up on the rooftops, you know. They're not trying to hide. And there they are, the other team coming in. Oh, but KP5 picks up a nice protocol shot. And now they're in pursuit. Is this the final player? It's definitely the final team.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, that's one of those situations, too, where if you can pick off one of the final team members, you know you have a numbers advantage. You have to push that as hard as you can.
Absolutely. So now there's only one left. They're thinking maybe they're still around here, but the zone is decaying, and once it flips that switch, it's going to start doing that sector damage, taking bites out of everyone's health pretty quickly.
Yeah, and the nice thing is that once if you get eliminations in a zone and then it decays, all of those restore points are going to be gone. So obviously there's one more player left. They're worried about restores, but they don't have to worry about them in a zone that's no longer open anymore.
That's true. And here they are into the cathedral. Still in pursuit, but that one player just being very elusive. I wonder if we're going to see more come back. I wonder if they're getting that restore. I don't think we have the other. I don't think it's one of our other top 5 teams that we're watching. I got the streams up here. I don't see anyone else in down to the last 2. So we're just here with KP5 and crew.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any other beacons unless I find one.
As it closes in on that cathedral area.
They're pretty comfortable. They're scoping out restore spots too, which, you know, of course, while you're alive in Hyperscape, you're not going to see them appear on your map or see the giant yellow pillars of light going up. But you can, you know, if you're running around, you can see where they are on the ground.
And you'll also be able to see, you know, if there are a few hacks lying clustered that someone didn't mop up. Odds are there's a restore point there.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so they are down to it. They have found their
They're
quarry.
hunting.
Oh, but it looks like
Oh, so clearly the restores came out.
They did get the restore, but now they're all right around this one building. No more sectors are up. There's not as much room to maneuver. How's it going to play out?
Oh yeah, we're in showdown phase now. The crown's set to appear. And honestly, Chris, this is a good thing for them. You know, getting the resource means a potential 2 more kills that they can add to their total.
That's true. Probably not mad about that.
Yeah.
Although there is the inherent, there is the risk as well. You know, you let people back in the match, that gives them another shot at you. But KP5 and his team seem very confident at this point. Look at this commanding view above the crown. KP5 is just going to drop down. Is he going to pick it up? Yeah, why not at this point?
Yeah.
Maybe bait it out.
Force the issue.
Yeah, force it into a little final showdown here.
Especially in a timed tournament like this, Chris, like you don't have time to waste playing around in the just with the hopes of getting 1 kill in the match win. Oh, KP5 goes down there though.
Oop, I'm seeing.
And Tanner and Slager finish it out though.
Looks like they finished it up, and we're gonna go over here to Luop. We'll check in back with KP5 and see what that score was. But over here we've got Luop down to the last 6. in the middle of a fight, very low health, trying to do this escape, the invisibility escape, which we see is such a powerful evasion tactic. Comes out time and time again from creators to help them stay in the match. And Luop is back in it. Ooh, lending a little support there, picking up an assist.
Again, putting in work with that Harpy.
There's still a team across as well. Oh, they're fighting each other.
Two guys, yeah, fighting on me.
Snipe from Narnia, dog.
He's rezzing, he's
Ooh,
rezzing, he's
ooh,
rezzing.
ooh.
See that guy?
Yeah, 1 and
Big-
2, 1 2.
Is that 15, 13 or 15 kills right now, Chris, coming out?
That's a
from Luop?
15, and they're down to 3 teams left. 15 kills from Luop, and just from Luop alone, and 13 assists it looks like as well. And you know that 13 number is probably going to be represented on his teammates' kill count.
Yeah, I mean, so there's no points for assists here, and you can also get assists if people pick up kills that are not on your team. But I'm guessing that a good amount of those, if not all of them, are coming directly from Team Luop.
Yeah, given how coordinated we saw them play, and do see them sort of swarming now in on the ping, coming out there, I think that's a safe bet, Yusuf. Ooh, one of them goes down though. Looks like average 8.
That's just a range the Harpy I can never make effective from.
Yeah, you're just kind of like chipping away at range. Oh, he's in trouble. Oh, but then the Harpy spray is coming out, trying to catch him while he's invisible, but he's going to get around the corner. But down to 2 on their team with 1 ally of theirs down. They're going to try to get the res, and it looks like they're in position to make it happen, while Luop is kind of still keeping an eye on these folks on top of the roof, while Average Aiden gets picked back up.
There's only 2.
So, Chris, we just saw it super briefly there, but Luop was revealed. I think it may have been a reveal event, if not a reveal hack. But as soon as he was revealed, he popped the invisibility hack. And invisibility and reveal are counters to each other. So if you were revealed, you can mask that with invisibility. If you are invisible, someone can find you using reveal. So it's oh gosh.
Ready for a surprise?
Oh, this is just mean.
Oh, but he
That's
let
mean.
You let him get the rest.
Honestly, genius plays.
Good play.
Because that's an extra point. That's an extra point right there.
Oh man, just waiting there.
Saw the perfect example.
Oh, beautiful.
Luop is master of the invisibility mammoth plays.
All right, and this is them against the last squad. And that's it. That's a W for Luop and friends. Let's see how many kills came out. Let's get ready to add these up. 17 kills. 17 kills and 14. Ooh, very, very strong.
Let me do these quick maths real quick.
Oh, my game crashed.
Kill points, did I get that right? Oh, shit. Yusuf, give us the math.
That is a 63-point game, Chris.
Count it.
Well, we have
Average Aiden design.
There you go. Those are the kind of
strong
scores
play.
they're used to getting.
Nicely done. Now we're bopping over to Pengu, who's on a 15-kill game himself, and he is definitely, they're down to it. There's 5 teams left. And one of the things I like about watching Pengu is the chatter. He is very, very communicative. And his teammates are as well. There's a ton of call-outs. Pengu, of course, also an accomplished Rainbow Six Siege player, part of the world champion G2 team back in the day, and so he's got some competitive chops here for sure. His team was in 3rd place at the end of the first day of competition, with Pengu being one of the top slayers, 61 total eliminations in the first week.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's funny. In terms of pacing, there aren't too many first-person shooters that are as far apart as Rainbow Six Siege and Hyperscape are. But there is still a lot of common. They're still both squad-based team games with unique abilities that you need to be able to communicate with your team on. And so surely that experience is paying off for Pengu here.
And that sharp aim. I mean, firefights in Siege happen very, very quickly, and so your aim's got to be on point. Otherwise, it's not going to go your way. Pengu, very skilled player, and we're seeing him here rocking the Riot 1 and Harpy, so he's going to be able to put a little damage out there. But Baka Brian, his ally, gets downed with a Skybreaker shot, and now he's providing some long-distance Riot 1 cover as the sector decays all around him. He's going to have to move soon.
Oh yeah. I mean, at this phase of the game, that sector's going to do serious damage.
4 teams left. here with Pengu, I Pay for WinRAR, and Baka Brian.
We played a long game. We're gonna get back.
And they're playing the long game, as you heard him say right there. Moving across to find some more restore points. Looks like Baka Brian has got one all mapped out. He'll be back in the mix before too long.
There's not really a good loot here.
Yeah, but that's another consideration. You heard him just say there's not really good loot. When you come back, great, you know, you found a safe restore point, but that restore point might not have some, might not have the guns you need around it. And at this stage in the game, you know, loot could be a little hard to come by if these sectors have been picked over by teams already. Ooh.
Oof. No, you're absolutely right, Chris. Yeah. If there's only one safe restore point, you kind of sometimes have to just take it and, you know, hope that you can be evasive enough to find a weapon at some point. Having additional members on your team is always a good thing, no matter what. Like, at the very, very worst case, you're a distraction. You're getting shot at while, you know, and letting your teammates do some shooting. So it's a good thing to always be there, but it can be a bit of a mad dash to if you're restored with 0 weapons around you.
Absolutely. Nice gold protocol up there for anyone who wants to get to the top of the pops and get restored. But it looks like Pengu's team's at full strength here, mostly fully fused weapons. Baka Brian didn't waste a lot of time getting getting their loadout back together. And now lots of slams and high-flying action in this like very like downtown kind of vibe. I mean, this is like the skyscraper section. Getting up on top of these roofs can be tricky. Oh, surprise! Pengu found you.
It's in the air. He's shockwave. He's going down, all the way down.
All the way down.
Yeah, second floor.
I love it. Just covering.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess.
Space. Yeah. Going up top again.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess that they were not expecting to be rolled up on from behind, way up at the top of T-loop there.
Way up the top. Picking up another kill. Pengu on his way to 18 kills. That's the highest individual kill count so far we've seen. Wonder if he's going to break that 20 mark with the last 3 teams still on the board. He's pursuing during a reveal.
On the street still. He fucked up.
Coming to hit the slam.
Ooh, coming down.
Got him. Got him. Oh, and his teammate coming in with the extra slam. We've seen that a few times. The like ally slam coming in just for good measure, just in case they didn't, you know, finish him off in time. That's that team play. So good.
Slam is a great pursuit hack. It's great to follow people, especially if they're turning corners, they're running through buildings. You can just slam over the building entirely and follow them along. Or if they're using slam to get out, you know, this is a strat I really like to employ. Anytime I'm in a fight with someone, whether I'm chasing, whether, you know, it's an engagement. If they slam, I immediately slam right after, because 1, it's going to keep me safe from their slam, but 2, it's going to allow me to stick on.
Oh, and there it is.
The victory there coming out from Pengu.
There is the win. Let's go ahead and see. He did it. He hit the 20. Nicely done. GG. Oof. And with 13 from I Pay for WinRAR and 14 for Baka Brian, that's 47 kill points, plus the 15. That's a 60-plus match as well. We saw Lu Up tally 1. Now Pengu and his squad have tallied 1.
That's a 62-point match right there.
They came.
I mean, you're seeing now, Chris, why these are the top 3 teams.
Absolutely.
You know, the top 5 that we're taking a look at today have all just been so good. They've been on their game. They've shown what we've expected to see out of them.
Yeah, they are not disappointing, and it has been really fun to watch him play. Here we're back on with KP5. He's got 12 teams left and 6 kills under his belt as he pushes into this building with a Riot 1 on his hip. And yeah, let's see how they go. I like this. So you saw it just pop up behind his image there, the congrats button. When your teammate gets a kill, you get the chance to like give him a little shout out just by clicking that middle mouse button. I really like that design touch. Just kind of like even, you know, it encourages that kind of like camaraderie, that teammate play.
Oh yeah. Shout out to them, especially if you get an assist for it. It's like, hey, you know what? Thanks.
Appreciate it. Thanks for finishing it off.
Outside, one shot shotting. He's on the roof, absolute.
There's beacons here.
Okay, Adrian.
Okay.
All right, going for the restore on Sladrin here as they get down to almost the top 10 teams in their match. And we're going to go ahead and, yeah,
I see one over here.
watch them play this roof action. Actually, we're going to pop over to a new one of our other top 5ers here. This is Thor and his squad, they came in, they were in the 4th spot, the Rowdy Realm Boys with Thor, Baggins, and Munch. 168 was their cumulative score at the end of the first day of competition. And Thor working that Skybreaker and then coming in with a Ripper close range to try to pick one up. Don't think he's going to get it. He's going to pop out with a slam, and hopefully his teammates are going to be able to mop that up.
I was watching Baggins and Thor stream a little bit right before the tournament. I got to tell you, Chris, they seem like they're in the zone. They're dialed in. They've been practicing, and that's what I like to see, because honestly, all these teams still have a chance. And especially with a week between competition, 2 weeks before the finals, these teams have so much time to get better, to coordinate more, to become better team players. And so really, because of that, it's anyone's match. And I expect to see Team Thor here have a good showing today.
Oof, but Thor just getting caught out there on the lawn, and now is going to have to go ahead and seek out that restore point. We'll see if his teammates can get him on that. It looks like they are pretty close to one around the way here. Just remains to be seen how exposed it is, how close anyone is to that restore. Oh, yeah, and he's going to get him back right now. It looks like he's also going to have to get back Munch. That team was pretty close to getting wiped there, but nice clutch revivals by Baggins. And now Thor is in the hunt for a gun or 3. Well, 2. You only have 2.
3 guns.
Hey.
No, but I mean, again, they're at Red Tiger. It's going to be a hot spot. Hopefully that means more loot, but it's also going to mean you're very exposed.
Yep, and so now he's with a D-tap and a Ripper. He's got that Ripper fused up on top. He's picking up a mine. He's going to make it work with whatever he can. He does have that fully fused armor, so that's going to help him out if he gets into a tight spot. But he's kind of hanging back a little bit. Oh, nice. Putting some rounds down range to help pick up the assist with Munch. And now pursuing. Pull out the D-tap door. Do
it. D-tap's a great chase weapon. Ooh.
Oh, throw it down the mine? I'll get a little...
Getting down to a sliver of health.
Hey,
I gotta say, the mine often comes out, you see it right there, it often comes out as like a last resort of like, ooh, like I forgot I had this, let me just toss it down, or you know, it just came off cooldown, I need to get it down. And it can result in so many kills after your own elimination, which you know, in a game like Hyperscape can still count for a lot if you can get restored.
Definitely. Revenge, yeah, it can clear the way for your teammates, or just give you a little of that dark satisfaction from beyond the virtual grave.
Yeah, you're not doing any damage while you're in echo form, so you might as well, while you're still alive, even if you think you're going to go down, drop that mine. Who knows? It could still help in the long run.
All right, so we got Thor and crew with 9 teams left. And over here we got KP5. He is in pursuit as well. Back in with some more downtown action. Looks like one of the players in there just died to some sector damage or something like that. But KP5, Sladrin, and Tanner Slays pushing in here to try to find some of the last 5 teams now in their match.
Oh wow, there's quite a bit at Red Tiger too.
You guys trying? I'm gonna try the Red
I feel like getting revealed midair is just not the place you want to be.
No.
You've just
you're already pretty exposed.
You just left off the jump pad. You're in midair, and now peekaboo, everyone can see you.
And folks, if you don't know what you know being revealed means, it means you'll get a little indicator above your head, a little yellow, red triangle, depending on what UI the person is using. But it just lets people know where you are within a close proximity, whether that's they're checking on the mini map or that they're able to see you through walls or anything like that. And the ways that can happen is the reveal event, which is a part of Hyperscape's Crowncast extension that gets voted on by Twitch viewers, or that happens randomly if there's no one streaming in the game. Or you can be subject to the reveal hack, which reveals a certain area in front of the user. And then actually last is you'll see these like yellow vehicles all throughout the map that if you get too close to them, if you get on top of them, their alarms will buzz. And not only does it bring audio attention, but it will reveal you for a short time as well. So you want to avoid those yellow cars, actually.
Would you describe it as a buzz, Yusuf? I feel like it's a wee, wee, wee.
Okay, it's an alarm. Fair.
Man, yeah, 'cause I remember I've watched a few streams where players will like sort of be invisible, they'll just be trying to run away or something, and then they'll just bounce off a car by accident or happen to land on it, and then the alarm goes, and they're like, oh crap. Ooh, nice little finish on that pursuit by KP5, hitting that Riot one shot after the slam. Now chasing across rooftops to where his teammate, or to where there's a couple teams engaging, it looks like. Boom, slammed him inside. Quick pursuit, inside with a Harpy. Is he going to pick up two? No, he's going to fall back a little bit. There's some...
that's a good retreat. That was a very tough engagement.
Looks like there was some maybe Komodo or salvo shots coming out inside. You don't want to stick around when those things are popping off.
I got sniped.
Yeah, there was a... What are they on the tower?
All right, 5 teams left here. As they pursue, we're going to check in on Thor, Baggins, and Munch, because they are also down to the wire at 6. Thor's going to pursue this guy up to the top roof. There's a heal out. This is a tricky part to engage, but if you can land that shot, that person was really low.
Yeah, I mean, heal is good for sustaining, obviously, but if you can hit, especially if you're using a Mammoth, if you can hit, the full buckshot, the heal's not going to, the heal's not going to help much at all.
No, it's not. That Mammoth. So
it's a bit hard to see the weapon loadouts too behind Thor's webcam, but it looks like he's got a fully fused Mammoth and Skybreaker there.
I think you're right, Yusuf. I'd back that. I'd back that assessment.
Thanks, Chris.
In this building?
All right, they're down to 6 as this sector decays. Oh, they're out on the edge of it. They've got 2 to pursue. Is that a ball? Zipping by?
Oh yeah, that ball popped up.
Keep an eye behind us. Safety building on me. Safety building on me. I hit him low. On me.
Thor with the great callouts. This is very good team communication from Baggins, Munch, and Thor, mopping up that whole team. Get those kills under their belt as they try to pad their stats here and turn in a match that's going to make their top 3.
And that's, Chris, that's where practice comes in most. That was the things, just watching Thor and Baggins play, you can become a better shot by yourself. You can work on that on your own. What's really going to come with practice and with playing with your team is that communication element, is that synergy of, okay, hey, these are the weapons we're using, these are the hacks we're using, these are the callouts I'm going to make. Because if you can coordinate those, it's gonna help so much.
Yeah, I definitely. There have been times where I've solo queued for Crown Rush and been placed with a few players, and we're not necessarily chatting. Watching the way these teams work together, it just reinforces all the more that I'm like, oh, we need to be chatting. I need to be talking whenever I'm playing this game.
Oh yeah.
Gives you such
it's one of those, like you see it time and time again that, if you're playing with a squad and you're communicating effectively, not everyone needs heal, for example, but you need to be able to rely on your teammates to drop the heal on you if you need it, or to have them at least communicate of, hey, there's a heal on you, you can keep fighting, you don't need to necessarily run away, or you can just duck out of this situation for a second, get some heals up, and then get back in the fight.
Now the Crown about to appear here in the game. Thor and his team down to the last 3, and it's getting pretty spicy. Are they going to go for the crown grab, or are they going to stick around and try to lure people in? Oh yeah, there's a fight here in this Market Street. Multi-layer street coverings here, definitely complicating the situation in terms of mobility, giving you more routes, more angles, more places to come at people from and disappear to, as you need to, if you need to fall back and get a little more leeway. And
Chris, we got a victory there from KP5.
Well, we had actually KP5 with a 34-point kill victory, so that's going to be a 49-point game. Then we had Thor, Baggins, and Munch. Not quite as many kill points as KP5 and his squad, so that's not going to quite compete. It's going to be a little bit less, but hey, you got to get those W's. You got to, because that extra 15 points, it's like another teammate doing great work on on your squad. So there we have Thor stepping aside for a little break. We're going to go watch Pengu and his team drop in. Let's see where they land. Mona. Straight up Mona.
Yeah. Chris, what do you think Mona stands for?
Mona?
Yeah.
Well, okay. There's got.
I'll be clear. I don't know.
Museum of Neo Arcadia. How about that?
Oh.
It's a museum.
That makes a lot of sense.
Right?
That makes a lot of sense, Chris. I like that.
I think that's.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a museum. You know what? That's. Let's go with that.
Let's count it.
Yeah, I got
Okay. Yeah, I do like watching Mona fights early on because it's like both a very cavernous kind of open space, but then also it's there is a roof on it and there are walls. You know, it is enclosed, so it's definitely can lead to some sticky situations. As we see here, Pengu got on the bad side of one, and needs the early revive.
Yeah, it's also open enough, Chris, like as opposed to something like Throne Hall, or even Helios that has a lot of cover in it. Mona is fairly open. You have like a fairly I imagine it's a building that has a good echo to it, and so you can get some long range fights even indoors. Whereas most of the time, if you're in Helios, if you're in something like T-Loop or Throne Hall, you're gonna get much more closer range weapons.
Absolutely. Now, it looks like they've cleaned up this fight here in Mona, so we're just going to check back in with you folks with a little bit of look at the tournament rules. Here we are, the Hyperscape Creators Cup. This is day 2 of the competition. Every competition day puts forth a 2-hour period where our teams can compete for points in just regular matchmaking of Hyperscape in the open beta on PC. Of course, you see down there at the bottom of the screen, just announced this week, Season 1 of Hyperscape is coming to PC, Xbox One, and PS4 August 11th. So all you folks who are really stoked to hear when it's coming to console, there's your answer, August 11th. Now, Yusuf, the rules. They're getting points, 1 point per kill, 15 points per match win. And actually, what I want you to sort of comment on again is the leaderboards. We've been seeing some of these folks in action today. We'll be taking a look at Thor and Team Denti very shortly here. But how have KP5, Luop, and Pengu, the top 3, been stacking up today?
Yeah, I mean, they've all been showing why they're the top 3, to be honest, with you. Specifically, I think Team Luop and Friends. We've seen a 53 and a 63-point win come out for them, both in just this in the first hour. They still have much more time to improve to get higher scoring matches than that even. Team Chicken Farmers, of course, led by Pengu, already has a 62-point match on the books, and Team Tac with a 49 on the books, but there was another one that I think we missed that they finished. But I mean, right now they look to be honestly just cementing and extending their lead. But again, anyone's tournament at this point, because we are only halfway through. There are 3 2-hour sessions of tournament play, and we are done with 3 hours. So we are almost exactly at the halfway mark here, and it could go any way. And I'm curious to see more of Team Denti, Team Rowdy Realm Boys to see how they're shaking out here.
Yeah, we're going to check in with them in just a second, but a quick reminder here, what's at stake? Their share of a $50,000 prize pool. Here's the breakdown. So there's going to be winnings for the top 5 teams. That's a lot of incentive to do what you can to crack that top 5. Of course, we had a bunch of teams nipping at the heels of the top 5 as well, just outside of that in terms of points. But let's go on with our number 5 team coming into today. That's Team Denti here. And they are doing some work here. Denti with 12 kills, 12 teams left. Denti with 4 kills, and his team doing their best here. Squat FPS, solid FPS, and Roxy Surf Chick wiping a team right
solid
there.
FPS. That's a full team. Solid FPS. The number 4 top fragger from week 1 of competition. 57 kills coming out from solid FPS.
Skybreakering there, Skybreaker, I'm Skybreakering back.
That is an average of almost 20 kills per match, because of course the points only count for your top 3 matches. Yeah, if you're hitting almost 20 every round, your team's gonna have a great shot.
Yeah, it's no coincidence that the teams that we're looking at here, that we're casting at the very top, happen to have some of the top fraggers.
I'm coming up. Health on the house.
Invis by me.
Yeah.
Roof. Just jump down.
All right, we got Invisibility Slam from Denti here with his fully fused Skybreaker and Ripper, throwing out those Skybreaker shots to just create that big splash damage as an opener and then hopefully pursue. Well, he's just sticking with the Skybreaker, you know, as I think someone's evading, but going in with the Ripper now for the finish.
Second floor, you got it, Rocks?
Didn't quite get it. They're still getting away.
You know, of all the automatic weapons, you saw the slam there coming in. But I gotta say, out of all the automatic weapons, you know, when you take a look at like something like the Harpy, the Hexfire, and the Ripper, the Ripper, because of its slower rate of fire, is probably not, you know, isn't the greatest for the hip fire, just spray and pray indoors. Something like the Harpy or the Hexfire typically are more effective at that, but of course the Ripper hits harder. The Ripper is much more effective from me.
9.
Team.
Definitely a little more versatile when you're in open spaces like this area underneath the elevated train line.
There's a full team up now.
They flagged a dangerous tree there, Yusuf. Now that's the ping system. It'll automatically show a danger ping if you place that ping down near an enemy player to give your teammates an idea of not just where you're maybe heading, but also where the threat may be coming from. And then some nice kills there from the team. Oh, bounces him off the res point.
I'm letting him res. I let him res.
Oh, but he's actually letting him res.
Oh, letting him res.
Let's go back and kill the team.
Well, again, that's that strategy we saw from Luop. Let them res, get more eliminations out of it. Again, it's a confident strategy. You have to be confident in your abilities because you're letting another team get stronger. But if you are and you're able to collect those eliminations, then it's only going to benefit you in the tournament structure.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a tournament setting is where you need to have that confidence. You need to go for those high point plays. You know, letting teams res, and it looks like they're, you know, going to head back to the zone, but keep their eye over their shoulder because that team should be following them, and they are looking to mop up those kills yet again.
Team here, on the left.
8 teams left here as Denty, Roxy Surfer Chick, and Solid FPS are looking to tally a high point match here to maintain their spot and hopefully climb up the rankings a little bit in the Hyperscape Creators Cup. Ooh, the slam is going to get him. That's 2 targets with the slam. Oh, but now there's...
Ooh, that's not a fight. Yeah, that's a fight Denty's going to want to get out of. Pops the invis. Ooh, but immediately triggers the shots again to get out of it because they saw a low player there. And that's, again, a really good strategy. Just because you pop the invisibility doesn't mean you need to let the cooldown run out with it. If you bring out your weapon, if you aim down sights, if you start shooting, or pop your other hack, it is going to get rid of the invisibility. But that's not necessarily always a bad thing if you're able to capitalize on being unseen.
Denty in a tough spot there, not able to get out of the door in time, goes down, and that's now he's back into his Echo form. But it looks like his team has a bunch of res points staked out here that he's going to be back on his feet real quick. And going to get the weapons of his choice back. He's going to get his Skybreaker, but got with the Harpy this time. He's going to leave that Ripper and pick up the Shockwave. We haven't seen a ton of Shockwave yet here today, but that's one of my favorites in terms of the versatility. It's not just a damaging hack. It's also that mobility. But there, yeah, nice Skybreaker shot there.
You gotta love a long-range Skybreaker kill. Denty doing good work with that Skybreaker for sure, though. The AoE on it just can be absolutely devastating. It is a relatively slow projectile and somewhat of a decently long reload time. So you often see people fire off a shot, immediately switch to their other weapon to continue laying down fire. I've even seen folks pair it with a Riot 1, shoot off a Skybreaker shot, switch to the right one, and actually connect with the right one before the Skybreaker projectile arrives.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
That long distance Skybreaking. Now they're down to the last 5 teams. Denty has cracked the double digits in his kill count, with still plenty of opportunities left. Made at least 15 or at least 12 points left on the board, plus more if there are some restores from the people they take out. Nice little Shockwave hit there from his teammate Roxy.
Final four.
And they're into the final 4. Fusing that.
Picking up that fully fused Skybreaker now.
I like that like when you fully fuse it, not only of course are you getting a crucial buff to the weapon by reaching its final form, but it also like cosmetically changes the way it looks, so you just feel like you have a cooler gun.
Well, I just love that animation, specifically on the Skybreaker too. It's probably the coolest animation, I think.
He's here.
The Skybreaker just looks hungry when it's reloading. Like, this thing looks alive. The energy, like, you know, as an energy weapon, it's like pulsing and moving and just like, I don't know. It wants to kill.
Oh, yeah.
And there it goes. Boom, raining down from
Ooh.
above. Another one.
Denti just putting in work. God.
And
they're trying to pick up those final few kills, buff out that score.
Yeah, there's. They're just gonna go ahead and go check out this restore point. Looks like someone is maybe coming around there, or maybe they're letting some other squads come around. But now the low gravity event comes in, and this is something I've seen players be very, our top players here, be very divided on, in terms of sometimes you like having the extra mobility, but other times you're feeling like you're hung out. It's kind of the double-edged sword of the low grav event. And we'll see what Denti and his team can make of it here as they're in the top 4 teams.
Yeah, I hear it. He's underneath. He's underneath. He's underneath.
Yeah, these in-game events, Chris, you know, whether they be the haste event, reveal, low grav, you know, extra jump, it's something all players are, you know, experience at the same time. So everyone has to deal with it, and so it's all about seeing who can adapt on the fly, who can change their strats, and also who's paying attention, because the last thing you want to do as low grav is setting in is jump on or land on one of the booster pads.
And just get flung into the air, not come down quite as fast as you thought, be hanging out there. Oh, it goes up top and picks up a fully fused Ripper, back on what seems to be maybe his engagement of choice, or maybe now that he knows that they're fighting around the Mona here, it's going to behoove him to have that extra range to his weapon. Ooh, boink!
Using the shockwave there offensively.
Yeah, and it looked like it definitely bounced his opponent quite high up, and they managed to get inside. But now 2 kills out of the 3 from one of the remaining teams.
That's the last team. Okay. Crown's in play.
And then the crown has spawned. Let's see if anyone grabs it. Denti now on 12 kills. We'll see how well his teammates have been doing here shortly. Either way.
I'm gonna go get crown.
Oh my god.
Oh no, that person.
Is Denti asking for? Is Denti asking for reses from the enemy team? Was that what I just heard?
I don't know, but I did just see his poor opponent thinking they were taking cover outside the building behind a low barrier, and Denti just dropping that Skybreaker shot from the sky.
Okay.
Knocked him out.
You solid?
They're rezzing here, and there's one more team left.
They're holding on to the ground. They're trying to force this fight, and it doesn't seem like the other team's that interested in taking it.
Fuck it, just kill him, Solid.
Oh no, the deep tab, dude.
Oh, it looks like Solid got while trying to pick up that final kill. Now there's 6 seconds left. Can they get that one more kill before they go? Oh, it's gonna evade. Hard to tell. I don't know if Denti got that last one, but let's see. That's a victory for them. GG to their team. Roxy Surfer Chick topping with 14. Ooh, this is a real strong match. 14, 14, and 17. Yusuf, talk to me.
Oh, I'm Italian, Chris. I'm Italian.
All right.
And we were trying to farm it too, but we couldn't get a farm up. We were just playing.
All right, while Yusuf tallies up Denti, we're going to take a look in with Thor. His team is down to the last 6. Thor with 10 kills and 7 assists, looking pretty strong here. Boom, Skybreaker, he's going to hit 2 of his enemies, or maybe just 1, and hopefully destroy that enemy heal. But no, it's still there, and Thor's about to give him a bad surprise with the heartbeat.
That was a 60-point game, Chris, there from Team Denti.
A 60-point game. Now, if you're hitting 60 points across 3 games, that's going to be 180 points. 180 points would put you at the number 3 spot after our first week of competition. So that is definitely a strong score. You know, all of our, like, the 2 top teams averaging over 60 points per match, and then the rest close behind. So that's a great round for Denti and his squad.
Yeah, it's higher than their average from week 1 for sure. So if they can maintain that, get 2 more, you know, or get some more 60-point plus games down, odds are they're gonna move up in these rankings.
And here we go. Thor has 4 teams left, putting down some harpy shots and taking advantage of Baggins throwing down the heal. You were saying that earlier, Yusuf. Good to have at least 1 heal on the squad, and definitely helping them out there as they are trying to pick up some more kills with only 3 teams left.
In the tunnel.
Yeah, I mean, there are plenty of games out there, Chris, that have support classes, have healer classes, have more aggressive classes and things like that. And because of the hacks in Hyperscape, you can change that up on the fly. You can act or play or do whatever you want based off the hacks you're equipping. So that can change, as the match progresses. But you typically want someone with heal, and you want them specifically to know how to use it, to be able to drop it on a teammate when they need it, to be able to drop it maybe not where an engagement is, but where it's about to be, because it can be such a life or death difference.
Yes, you need the Wayne Gretzky of heals on your squad.
Yes, I mean, if you had the Wayne Gretzky of everything on your squad, you'd just be set.
You're winning the Hyperscape Creators Cup, that's for sure.
I got Baggins.
Yes.
All right.
At that point.
Looks like Baggins was down. Thor's gonna get him back up, and surrounded by a fair few weapons there. So Baggins will at least be armed. Got it the gold heal back, so he's back into his support role in that respect as they pursue inside. Around a restore point. Peekaboo. Oh, there's two right there, just right in front of him. The indoor slam.
The slam.
Up.
The other one was low too.
Ooh,
but you see, that person pops the invisibility to try to get out. They're still in the proximity, even if you can't find them to shoot them. Just pop that AoE slam, and it'll hit them.
I can't see you, but I can slam you.
Slamming and jumping.
Oh, there we go. Here comes the slam. Oh, but he cancels out of it to land with his weapon out. That's not a bad move. Definitely a good circumstantial play there, as Thor and his team are down to the last 3. The crown is appearing in 5 seconds. They're hotly engaged on the rooftop, but Baggins is going to go down. Thor is going to pursue invisibility equipped, but now he pops out with the Harpy to try to pick it up. No dice, but it looks like they got an assist. He got the assist as Munch picks up the kill there. And now what's their priority? What's their move? He's going for the restore. He wants that full squad back in play. They are one of the last 2 teams.
Yep, right here.
And
this is a smart move to go for that restore, because again, when you're down to the final 2 teams, you want any advantage you can get. You don't want to be fighting a person down 2v3, and especially if you're trying to chase the crown down. Ooh, they got 2. Only one person left now.
More left. They're getting the pings. They know where they're at. They're just trying to go for the restore. Now trying to escape. Up onto the rooftop. How long can this player stay alive? The full strength team of Thor, Baggins, and Munch is on them. They want it. And they got it.
Oh, there they go.
GG to Thor's squad here. The Rowdy Realm boys. 14.
It's going to be a bit hard to see the final.
9 for Baggins.
9 for Baggins. There we go.
Thor's
Thor's got a wide frame there. It was going to be hard to peek behind him.
The broad-shouldered Rowdy Realm boy picking up the W. That's a nice one for that team.
It's a 57-point game right there.
57-point game. There we go. They're putting up the numbers they need to do. We just hopped in here with Pengu, who was pursuing from up on high with a D-tap, but now he's going to get the res. His teammates there, High Pay, and the other one? I forgot who it was. It's
Pengu's teammates are Winrar and Baka Brian.
And Baka Brian. Get him res, get him back into strength as they engage here with 19 teams left. Still solidly in the mid game. Let's take another look real quick at the leaderboards. Coming into today, we had KP5 and his squad in the #1 spot, Luop and team in the number 2, Pengu and his team we were just seeing right there in the number 3. Thor, we just saw them pick up a W. They are in the number 4. And Denti, we saw them pick up a win as well. All these teams are getting the wins. And we've seen some 60+, some right around 60 games. That's what's going to get you right solidly into the leaderboards. Let's take a look here, because just note that Team Denti is at 158. Right on their heels at 152 was Team Blue, Assivers, Ripper, and Overpowered DW. Forgive me if I said your name wrong. But with 152, 10 behind is iSky's team. We saw them doing great work. iSky is definitely one of the premier invisibility mammoth combo players, as we saw last week. And then
Luop might give him a run for his money, though, to be honest.
That is true. That is very true. So that's where your leaderboards stand at the end of competition day 1. That was last Friday. We are in the middle of competition day 2 for the Hyperscape Creators Cup, folks, and this is what's at stake, a prize pool of $50,000. And, of course, you'll note there at the bottom, Hyperscape Season 1 is coming soon, August 11th. To PC, Xbox One, and PS4 console players, your time is almost at hand to get into the fast-paced futuristic battle royale action of Hyperscape.
There's actually a really cool thing happening right now too, Chris, because the open beta is still going. Open beta runs until August 2nd, and even if you're a console player, even if you don't own a PC, even if you've never played Hyperscape yet, you can link your Ubisoft and Twitch accounts together. And for the last few days of this open beta, if you watch a creator using the Crowncast extension on Twitch for 1 hour, you will unlock. Not only will you progress your battle pass, which is an awesome thing in and of itself, but you will unlock 600 bit crowns as well to use in the in-game store on August 11th when you finally get your hands on Hyperscape on console.
Excellent. Yeah, a lot of cool items coming out. We're seeing a lot of the customization stuff here. We'll top on with Pengu. We're seeing he has customized some of his guns, got that purple sort of neon-looking flare as he heals up here before heading back into the mix. There are 10 teams left. Pengu, I pay for Winrar, and Baka Brian fighting for their share of that prize money. And now the low-gravity event. Let's see what these guys make of it.
Street guy.
Well,
I love that Ripper.
The look of that like skin in particular.
Just everything about it. It's the perfect weapon in my opinion.
You know, I never thought I'd heard you speak. Hopefully Riot 1 doesn't hear you, Yusuf. I thought you were a Riot 1 man.
Riot 1 is the gun I respect and admire the most, but I can't use it as effectively as I can a Ripper.
There you go. The Ripper just feels good in the hands. There we see another one of the customization items. Pengu's got the sword or like short dagger. You've got a melee weapon in your inventory at all times in Hyperscape. Helpful for smashing open supply crates, smashing your way into some of these loot-filled buildings behind these gold barriers. And you know, also handy for knocking heads if you happen to get into the mix. I haven't spotted any melee kills yet, but they certainly do happen, especially when you get into close quarters around these heals. But it's the Riot 1, Pengu finishing off his foe, and another one as they progress into the remaining 6 teams in this match.
Speaking of melee kills, Chris, one of the in-game events, the new in-game events coming in Season 1 on August 11th, is the melee event, which means if Twitch viewers vote for it, the melee event can trigger, and it will turn all melee hits into instant eliminations. A single melee hit will be lethal. So I'm very curious to see how that changes up gameplay.
That is spicy. I want to see some highlight reels. I want to see some like streamers just out there calling on their audience to be like, yo, get me in that melee. Give me those melee votes. I'm going to start voting melee. Usually I vote low grav just because I want to see people float around hella goofy, but melee might be my new go-to.
You and everyone else in Twitch chat, Chris.
It's a whole squad.
Sorry, streamers, if that's not your bag.
Shout out to the Supply Crate event. Supply Crate event doesn't get enough love. Let's get everyone some better loot.
Ooh, peekaboo, they're right behind you. Pengu whips out the Harpy, gets indoor slam, but now he's going to come up with the Riot 1. It looks like there's 2 in the fight. Oh, this is a hectic indoor battle here. It looks like no finishes by Pengu's team just yet. Or maybe his teammates did, and he wasn't, did not pick up the assist on it. But always amazing to me when stuff can get that hot, but then people, like, they get away unscathed.
Oh, I mean that's like the beauty of the hacks, though, Chris, is that like there are so many good escape hacks, whether it's the wall, whether it's invisibility, whether it's the ball. If you don't want to take a fight, and you're skilled enough to use your hacks and your mobility to get out, then you can most likely do it.
Pengu comes around the corner, runs right into an enemy who ends up taking that fight, but then Pengu's team is right there to get him back, get the res, and he's back in the fight. He's going to pick up his weapons, pick up his hacks, and he's ready to go. Now with the protocol. Ooh. Missing those shots with the hippity hops. Get him. Nope. Oh, now they're on him.
That's a risky move to just sort of be standing on the ground there, trying to snipe up into the air. And yeah, Pengu pays for it with a mammoth shot.
And he's not going to be able to reuse that restore point that they used last time. He's going to go ahead and have to find a new one. Looks like there's one up here not too far away. Let's see how quickly he can get ahead and get back into it.
And then we should just... Yeah, let's try and group up on the ping, honestly.
So top 4 squads here for Pengu.
So they're pretty deadly.
This is definitely a match that they're going to want to try to fill out as we come into the last half hour of competition here. You can't guarantee that you're going to be in this late stage of the game too many more times with so little time left.
That's true. They're definitely going to want to make it count, get as many kills as they can, and then also get that win, because of course that's going to give them 15 extra points. You know, you don't need to win to tally a high point round, but like, if you're not picking up that extra 15, you are not going to be cracking that 60 very easily. Oh, Pengu pursuing the D-tap, but then getting a lot of heat. He doesn't have the...
Oh, so low!
Down
Sliver of health right there.
Down in what I can only assume is a bus stop.
Oh, yeah, shotgun. He's chasing.
Yep, lots of folks right on them. Let's see, but you know, this is going to give...
Down here behind this corner, it's safe.
Going to give his teammates a chance to pick some up if they can stay alive. Pengu calling him down to the corner. This is going to be a safe spot. He's going to be back again. Strong restore game and communication from the squad. You can see Pengu has 12 assists as well, so they've been working together well. Hopefully those kills have gone to his teammates and not other players. And now there are 3 teams left.
Dead? Yeah, I'm careful for someone.
Ooh, beautiful right one shots.
Pengu gets a nice wall to escape there as a player was chasing him down.
Yeah, I'm slamming in.
Then coming back around for the slam, you know, the decoy wall maybe, or the fake out. I don't know.
Up, rooftop.
I mean, information changes so fast. I'm sure the wall felt necessary at the time.
Close to us.
The nice thing about holding the slam hack too is that it can get rid of enemy ordinances. So if there's an enemy wall, there's an enemy mine, there's an enemy ball. If you can slam onto them within that zone, you will get rid of them actually.
Being sniped at. Minus 60.
Ooh. Is this the last player? Coming up with a really long slam. I love it when you see slams cover so much horizontal ground as well. And that's a victory. That's a win for Pengu and his squad. Let's see how the points came out here. 10 kills for Pengu, 14 for Ipe, and 7 for Baka Brian. So that's 31 points off the kills, plus the 15. That'll be a 46-point game, if I'm not mistaken.
Was it 10, 17?
You are correct, sir.
Okay, that's solid. Solid, always good to get the win. But let's hop in over here. Let's see. We've got Denty his team is suffering. They are the last 2 teams, and it looks like it's not going to go their way as both Denty and his ally are down. They were the second runners-up in that match, so no 15 points. Let's see how they were doing on the kill count. Not particularly strong with only 20 points for the kill. Hopefully they can get into another match real quick and pep that score up a little bit. Let's head over to Thor, see how him and the Rowdy Realm boys are doing.
Skybreaker's coming in. Another Skybreaker. Dude, 5 more. Hold on. Much. Careful.
Shout out to the communication on the Rowdy Realm boys. Every time we check in there, I just feel like they're pinging, they're talking, they're making call outs, and that's just been so important for them.
I'm running mine.
Absolutely. And also, like, as a spectator, it makes you feel like more involved in the game. It makes you feel like you have a window into what they're thinking, into what their strategies are, and also like it channels their hype to you. Like you feel like the vibe of the team, and so always fun to watch a communicative squad that's really going after it.
Well, and the important thing too is that it's educational. If you're watching this and you're trying to get better at Hyperscape, just obviously you're not going to learn how to hit a headshot just by watching it all the time, but you're going to learn how to be better as a team and how to communicate more effectively.
Type behind. Little Caesar on me.
Little Caesar. I don't. What is that call out?
No question, Chris.
Someone hot and ready? I don't know. Maybe is it a location? I doubt it's a location, but I'm not the map specialist.
Maybe these are plays. Ooh, Thor just rolling up on 3 people right there. That's not a position you want to find yourself in.
Well, it's definitely going to be. I don't know. You might want to poke your head up, bait someone to come in and get you. Oh, they're trapped behind the wall. Are they going to get out? Ooh, they got away. Oh, not away. Not away. They're dead. That's a team wipe.
Munch picks up the kill.
Munch getting the kill. Thor with 7 kills here as they are down to the last 12 squads, and action is still pretty heated.
Yeah, I see it.
Another team came in trying to get some of the action.
Get him, Mike. Get him. I believe in you. On me?
I like that. Get him, Munch. I believe in you. Exactly. That's the type of teamwork and support that we all need. I wish that for all of you watching.
I like it when they try to shoot when they. Well, he successfully shot. Oh, watch out! Sorry, that's protocol shot.
That's exactly my ping.
Nasty.
Oh yeah, you can take out enemy heals as well. You just shoot the little health icon.
No, back. We have people on top of this.
And it can definitely be, you know, it's a little tricky because you don't want to necessarily like
right here.
keep like, don't want to necessarily shoot something else when the enemy's right there, but you know, you are taking away that extra survivability kind of buff they get from being in the heal circle. So sometimes it can be worth it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You just don't want all 3 people on your team be shooting at a health, at a heal instead of the enemy player.
Not so much. Oh man, things getting a little spicy there for Thor as he's down to half health. Slams out of there, but oh, the slam comes down, and then the mammoth finish from his opponent there. We're gonna see if he can get back into the mix. It's Baggins who's left to go for the reses while we see if Baggins can make that happen. We're going to check in with KP5 over here. He's down to the last 7 teams. And that's different than Thor's, right? Yeah, okay. We don't have an overlap situation like we've had a few times in the broadcast before. But KP5 up here with the Skybreaker Harpy combo. Ooh. And slams coming out from his teammates as they pursue. All right, they're down to 7. Oh, sorry, we're back with Thor.
Oh, no.
He's back.
Well, let's check it out. Yeah.
Baggins got the res. They're still looking for a place to res Munch, but and it looks like Baggins just picks up the kill, and that's that's the good feeling, right? Not only do you pick up the kill, not only do you get the points for your team and you win that engagement, but also you serve yourself up a nice restore point to get your buddy back in the game.
Right in front of us, boys.
Exactly. The quickest way to get someone back in is to take someone else out.
A life for a life.
Big damage on that one.
If you don't find a restore point or there's one too far, you can always just make your own.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It's beauty of Hyperscape, Chris.
That's absolutely true. There we see Thor throwing out the mine. I like that with the mine, and with some of the other hacks, that are sort of like the heal, the mine, stuff that happens in place, or even the shockwave, you can pop it right on yourself by aiming right near you, but you can also throw it's got some distance to it, so you can kind of reach out. It extends your kind of tactical possibilities as you can get that extra reach. Always fun to kind of see the way that different hacks can be, finagled in different ways to have a different impact.
Talk to me. Are we doing
so, Chris, I mean, we just saw there Thor and his squad coming out from the zone, getting very low just from the zone. They got real lucky there not to have gotten eliminated, because honestly, there was a team that they were trailing that could have turned around on them, and if they had been a bit more accurate, I'm sure it could have capitalized on that zone damage.
Ooh, Thor basically
speaking of low,
there as he makes the escape, but comes back into the radius of a friendly mine as he makes his serpentine maneuvers and his escape. Looks like Munch was doing the same as Munch continues to be very down. Now the health health regeneration is kicking in for the team. Looks like they're going to be all at full strength soon. They're all rocking mostly fully fused weapons and hacks as they're down to the last 8 teams. This is a pretty tough match. I feel like there's been some good survivability on both sides of the teams that Thor has been engaging with. So still a lot of kill points left on the board for the taking.
This is our building? This is our building right here.
I mean, what we just saw there, though, from Thor's perspective, is the reason it is so important to try to push on teams that you've put in solid damage on. You need to capitalize on that momentum. And so, we saw pretty much every person on Thor's team was down to just a fraction of health. If the other team was able to push that advantage, they could have eliminated them. And it's the same thing when you're down to one person. It's so easy in Hyperscape to heal up over time, or to just get restored and instantly get a very strong loadout. So if you don't push the advantage, you're risking another team getting back to full strength very quickly.
And it looks like this is not the problem that Thor's team is having now, as they finish 2 out of 3 of team members. right on that rooftop fight there on the edge of the decaying sector. And they think maybe that's where the person has escaped to. They've got to head towards the zone lest they be at risk of sector damage. But there's a few teams like right around them, I think, here. This is, you know, getting down to it. 8 teams left. They're closing in. Things are getting a little heated.
Safety building right here. New safety building right where I'm at.
He's up and he's over. What? All these
kills
right now.
Beautiful Skybreaker shot.
You guys should be on me.
This is definitely high kill potential area. That means it's super dangerous. But Thor calling it out, rallying the team. They've got one team wiped. They're in pursuit of another. This is definitely a time for them to shine as we're down to our last 20 minutes of today's competition period. Thor and his team chasing the ball now, bounces right in front of him. But they are going to need to get it. Oh, he didn't quite. Can he fix it up? I think it's literally someone right next to him. Oh, man.
That invisibility pop, I'm telling you, and this is, again, that's a great time to slam. In this case, being outdoors and slamming isn't the most accurate, efficient thing to do, but picking up that kill nonetheless with the Harpy. The crown is now out.
I mean, 5 squads left, and the crown is out. This is a lot, you know, this is a sort of a longer into the late game than we've seen from a bunch of these other matches today. Usually we've been seeing it come down to 3, down to 2, and the crown hasn't even spawned yet, but the crown is in play now. Thor is getting so hyped because his team is just cleaning up. We're seeing Munch and Baggins.
Someone just died to the zone, Chris. That's what Thor's upset about, is that
really?
they lost out on that potential point. Yeah, the zone ended up stealing a kill from them.
Wow, the ultimate spiteful maneuver in Hyperscape when you're down. Just run out and let the sector take you.
Yeah, I mean, that's a spiteful, that's spite right there.
We are in the end game here with Thor, but I want to tell you also that I'm seeing KP5 here. We're just going to bop over real quick and see what their tally was. 12, 10, and 9 on a victory. So that's going to be 22 plus 9, 31, plus the 15 is a 46-point game. Solid performance. Definitely not one of the higher ones that we've seen today, but still getting that W is not a bad move for KP5 and his squad, and they're going to try to probably get in 1 or 2 more. We'll see how they can do as Thor goes down here. Needs the restore. Again, 2 members down, and it's going to be up to Baggins to rescue his team. A lot of restore points here, though, because it was a very, very heated engagement.
The nice thing about Showdown phase with so many teams left, Chris, is that there's going to be a lot of chaos in a very short area space. If Baggins can sneak some restores in while the other 3 teams are, you know, going after each other, this can swing right back into a favorable position for the Rowdy Realm Boys. And you see right here, it looks like they're going to get it. Yeah, all 3 are back now.
But they only have 20 seconds to stop the Crown Bearer before the match is over. They are definitely going to not just want to get that kill. Oh, he's got the D-tap. He's going to finish him off. The Crown Bearer is down. Nicely done by Thor.
Reset loadouts.
And they're going to
come back.
He's calling reset loadouts because the fight continues. No one has picked the crown back up. There are 4 teams left. Ooh. This is a spicy one.
So we're trying to use that reveal. Try and spot out some remaining kills. Again, four squads still left. There are a lot of people to take out. There should be a lot of chaos. And you know, even if someone does pick up that crown, it's not necessarily just on Thor's team to try to eliminate them.
That's right. There are other squads trying to win this, and now they're pursuing Thor really breakneck pace. Is he going to be able to get around and get back in while his teammates, his allies catch up with him? And are they going to be able to confirm that kill? Hits her with his enemy with the reveal, so there's a little bit of a tag on her. But both Munch and Baggins are super, super low, so they're, you know, the calculation of how aggressive to be based on how much health you have becomes a little more fraught when you're in this end game. But now that they managed to get away, they got their health regen back, and they're back to full strength. The Rowdy Realm Boys live to rowdy on.
I'm with you, Baggins. I'm with you.
And I mean, Chris, we're seeing right here, just by the time you get to Showdown phase, the zone is so small that you're not seeing a lot of long range shots coming out anymore. You know, a protocol is almost useless at this point. You know, a Riot 1, you're gonna have to be able to use it from close range as well too. So this is again where you need to be able to adapt your weapons. You know, maybe go with the Mammoth. You know, we see Thor here using the Ripper. You need to adapt to the situation. You know, Komodo would be very good here.
Ooh, pursuing. Got out the window. I would love to see some Komodo action right here.
Oh, on me. Shotgun on me. Shotgun on me.
Oh, and they're out on the street.
At half, yeah.
Pursuing. Oh, but they got away up the staircase. They're sort of picking their engagements. They're picking their picking their pursuits.
Shotgun half. Shotgun invisible.
Oh man.
I'm surprised that we still see Munch there with a protocol. I know it's fully fused and it's a it's a juicy weapon. You don't want to get rid of it, but I just don't know if it's the best play right now during such a close quarters fight.
Certainly seems like there might be some pickups around, but maybe at this point it's not the time to kind of like, I don't know, it can be tough to sort of mix up your, what you have just like right on hand. They're going for this rooftop res point maybe for Baggins. Baggins, of course, the restore savior of their team at least twice this match, and now hoping that they can get him back in the action. And again, none of this other teams. Oh, there. I was just gonna say no one's picking up the crown, but someone picked up the crown.
Well, no one's been eliminated too, Chris. We've had 4 squads for a long time now.
That is true. Now the crown wearer trying to force the issue, and the sector has decayed here. Thor, oh my goodness, that sector damage was huge.
Is it?
Yeah.
What did they think they were doing?
Oh,
all the sectors decayed.
No, I should have been the last one.
Oh man. All right. So Thor a little confused about what happened there, but let's check out these points. That's 16, 12, and 13. That's 41 kill points. That's going to put them into 56-point round. That. Oh wait, but they didn't get the win. So unfortunately,
did not get the win. No.
41 pointer. For Thor and the crew. So we're going to hop over to Denty here and see where he and his squad are at. They are 12. There's 12 folks left. And they are hopping up here. Denty's rocking the Ripper and the Harpy as they pursue.
We're down to the last 15 minutes of our competition, too. So teams are going to be looking for one more match, trying to get one more victory, see how many kills they can rack up. But yeah, if they're just starting a match now, it'll probably have to be the last one that they can squeeze in.
And just a reminder of the rules here, folks. On day 2 of Hyperscape Creators Cup, during the competition periods, 2-hour blocks. Each team will be able to submit 3 matches to make their overall score. Those matches are going to be scored on a basis of 1 point per kill and 15 points for winning the match. As we were saying earlier, if you get up around into the 50s and 60s, that is going to be definitely a super valuable one. That's the kind of numbers that our top 5 teams from the first week of competition were putting out. And another reminder that, if you're watching this game and you're not a PC player, if you've got consoles at home, August 11th is going to be the time you can hop into Hyperscape on Xbox One and PS4 for free, and you can already start getting to work on that Battle Pass by watching Twitch streamers with the Crowncast extension enabled. And if you watch a good chunk of it, I believe it's an hour, Yusuf, is that correct?
Yeah, just an hour.
Then you are going to go ahead and earn yourself 600 bit crowns to spend in the Hyperscape store. Go for it, and get yourself something nice to try on when Hyperscape comes to consoles, and Season 1 officially launches on PC on August 11th. Now, let's go back into a match here, Yusuf. Sorry.
Yes, let's go back in. Folks, just remember, too, this is round 2 of the Creators Cup. There is still a final day of tournament play, which will happen 2 weeks from now on August 14th. And be sure to follow this channel that you're watching on right now to get notified when we go live, so you can catch all the action on the 14th when we finally see who comes home with the first prize, the first place prize of $20,000.
That's right. We'll have 5 teams in the money at the end of the next day of competition 2 weeks from today. And Luop and friends are looking to be one of them. We saw a very strong game from them earlier on. They were in the 2nd place spot heading into today's competition. And here we see them with 11 teams left. Not a real high. Luop with 7 kills? It's a little tricky for me to see. Oh, yeah. There we go. I'm looking at a lot of screens here, folks. But Luop and his team are 10 squads to go, and they are engaged here in one of these high-flying rail fights, which I really enjoy. Ooh, splash.
You love the monorail, Chris. Keep me away from that thing.
I'm a sucker for the monorail. It is definitely exposed and super dangerous, but it's just so fun.
I'm dead.
Alright, come over to us. You gotta res.
Okay, now they're going for, they got to get the restore for one of their teammates who is down. They're looking around.
Fuck,
I think they've located a few. Well, there's definitely one on the rooftop up there. But you don't want to do the rooftop res if you don't have to.
I don't know. There might be a different team.
Ooh, who'd you see there? Oh,
I know you love that invis and shotgun combo, Chris.
Yes.
This person pops the armor though as they're getting chased. Again, armor only has about a 5-second duration these days, so unless you can turn some corners and break some line of sight, it's not going to be an ultimate getaway for you.
Invisible shotgun. Landed one. Can you land the second? No, we missed them.
Oh, no, you got him.
The armor comes out though.
The armor, yeah, the armor was key there. Boom.
The res is right here. Let him. There's a free res up top.
Oh my goodness, this is quite a fight. Multiple teams as Luop's other teammate goes down. He's coming in for the sneaky rooftop res. There's a little bit of cover there. He's gonna get it, and now they're back up at 2. Oh, but the slam comes in a second later.
1 and 3.
And Luop sends him back.
3 shots with the mammoth though just does away with the does away with the enemy there.
All he has is the rip.
You got 2.
Oh, Luop taking some. Gosh.
That's fine.
No, Chris. What I was gonna say is that reses are fairly quick in Hyperscape, and because you res immediately with full health, there's no extra health or body armor or anything you need to pick up. You're essentially back at full strength as soon as you can pick up some weapons and hacks. Oh, Luop there too, taking out a mine for his teammate, preventing it.
2 of them. Nice heads up play.
That's teamwork right there.
No one wants to take that mine to the grill, especially when you're just trying to regroup. But now they're back at full strength. They've got almost 100% fully fused loadouts all the way down the line, and working on a high up wall from the enemy. They originally put it up as a pursuit blocker, but Luop using it there. And now gonna chase him up the grab lift and splash midair. It all falls out.
On the ground.
It's like a piñata, Chris.
It really is. It's fully a piñata vibe when they're in the air. I suggest we officially start calling them piñata kills when you hit someone midair and all their stuff just splashes out everywhere. Put it in the lexicon.
Yeah.
Let's go. But this has been non-stop
Top 7
action
squads now
for Luop.
Yeah, Luop already in the double digits.
Oh, not able to finish up that shotgun one, but it looks like his teammate mopped it up with the assist there. Some clutch wall action coming out from that enemy, but it wasn't enough because Luop and his friends were on both sides.
That's probably the last in the squad right there.
Luop taking a big hit.
Let him get in. Oh, yeah.
And we're seeing some of that good old invisibility of action.
And again, there's no kill ceiling in the Hyperscape Creators Cup because all kills are going to be counting towards your overall total. They are fighting in a fastly decaying zone here, Chris. They're going to need to make a beeline for safety because when you're low health and you're this late in the game, you don't want to be caught out of something.
But we're seeing that situation that I think we reflected on last week from the other side is that when you're chasing out of the zone but you're not the last team, then someone's at your back. You have to keep going forward to try to get out of that zone DK. It's a really precarious position, but Luop manages to get out of it and manages to pick up a kill. Or 2 on the way. He's up to 11 kills now. Oh, but finally gets caught out on the roof. That's 2 out of 3 down, and it's going to be up to the last surviving member of the team to get Luop and friends back in the action.
This is over there, yeah.
We gotta win, yeah. We just go over there, we fucking reset.
Yeah. Looks like it's up to solid FPS to try. Or no, excuse me, that's not wrong team there. The average Aiden. That is the last person standing?
I believe so.
Tons of restore points nearby, or not tons, but enough to get the job done for sure. But they are fairly out in the open.
They are indeed, and Luop's and team are not the only squad who's down to 4. We got Denty and his team down to the last 4 teams, and they are involved in a big fight over here by this wall. Denty not going to pursue that way, but gonna catch the player coming over the roof and in, but slams the door in his face, smashes his way through to continue the pursuit, but runs right into a hex fire. And excellent follow-up by Roxy Surfer Chick there with the shockwave and Phil final kill.
Guy invis on my rooftop. Armor in the sky.
Yeah.
And this section is rapidly decaying. They're pretty close, and they're just going to wait for those buildings to go away and see if anyone is coming. Oh, he's coming up from behind for the smash. Breaks him out of the ball.
The slam, though. Yep. I told you, Chris, it's such an effective hack.
It's so good. Oh, with the pursuit here, the armor comes up. This is I love these scenes though, the full like armor chase where you just see someone chasing and not shooting and not shooting. It looks so counterintuitive, but you know the armor's up, so they're just biding their time.
So it's such a tricky thing to chase someone down with armor, Chris, because one, you want to make sure that anytime they break it, if they choose to break it early, or if the duration just runs out, you immediately have shots on them to eliminate them. But at the same time, you don't want to waste your bullets, you don't want to waste your ammo and get caught in a reload by the time the armor does expire.
All right, they're down to the last 2 teams, and they have grabbed the crown, but it's not going to be a crown win. It's just going to be a good old-fashioned kill win. Solid FPS. Roxy, Surfer Chick, and Denty. Let's see how those Chris add up. Oh, absolutely. Solid FPS, nice work with 16 kills. That's to 26 plus 7, 33. Plus the win is going to be a 48-point game. A solid one for Denty and crew. We'll see how that adds up. Now quick, back over to Luop. The crown is appearing in 15 seconds. One of Luop's allies is down. It looks like they're going to go for the res. Luop here engaged with a fight that he does not want to take.
No way.
Ooh.
Bottom floor.
That was some nice harpy work by a player with 14 kills already. They have some serious competition here in this match. But there we go.
Good shit.
Luop's
Final
team,
5 minutes of competition here.
Luop's team showing why they got into the number 2 slot at the end of the first week's competition. We are going to see how this one shakes out. Luop with 13 kills. If his teammates have anything like that, that's going to be a high-scoring round for them, and a great one to help bolster their score. Again, 1 point per kill, 15 points for a round win. Your best 3 matches from the 2-hour competition window are counted for your total score at day 3 of the Hyperscape Creators Cup. And then there were 2.
On design?
2 3. I'm backing up.
Looks like Team Luop might secure this next victory here. We've already seen them come out with 2 wins just while we were watching them. So I mean, who knows how many more they've secured. They already have. We've already seen a 53-point game, a 63-point game in the books for them. This is clearly going to be a game if they pull out the victory in the 50+ category.
Can I res you anywhere?
No.
And that's Aiden is down. Oh, it looks like there's 2 engaged in the other fight against Luop's other teammate.
Pick him up. I'm almost out of fucking ammo.
Ooh, here
They're
comes
choosing to go for that res.
Gonna get the res back.
No one seems interested in that crown at all, but it will force the issue at some point.
They want him.
I mean, we saw it in Thor's match that if the match doesn't end, or if a team isn't eliminated, no one goes for that crown, the zone will decay, and whoever is the last person standing in a empty zone will win.
And we are going to check in with Thor just after Luop's game concludes here. Thor and his squad down to the last 5 teams and doing some good work over there. But we are definitely need to see how this one plays out as Luop tries to get away. Pops the invisibility. He's going to hide in the corner.
Yeah, Luop doesn't have his shotgun, and I got a feel that right now it would be the perfect time for some shotgun invisibility shenanigans.
Oh, absolutely. But you play what you got. He's got the Harpy and the Komodo, and the crown is just waiting there. But it looks like these 2 teams are just going to try to eliminate each other, and winner take the spoils.
Oh, 58 wants to kill one of us.
He doesn't have one of those handy mobility hacks to get himself up on the roof, so he does a little neat sign jumping there. And he's got the heal and the invisibility. Coming in with the Komodo in the close range, and he's going to pick up that kill. He's going to finish it off with the Harpy. There is the heal up. There was another team member in there, but
there's only one more person left. Provided they don't get some restores. Oh, Luop seems to have found him. But they're sort of baiting that last restore also.
I think they might actually be going for the restore themselves because they were down 1, and so now they're back up. And they're back up at full strength. They might just be trying to.
Are we trying to kill him or no?
Yeah, now they're talking. What are we trying to do here? Are we trying to just?
Do we let them get their reses off?
Absolutely.
Because again, if they let, yeah, that's 2 extra points. All right, Luop says, oh no, doesn't pick up the crown. Just walks right through it. Chooses not to.
They're going for the kills. They need those points. Every little bit counts, and that's another kill for their team. There's just going to be one more. And yeah, we'll see if they decide to push
upstairs
or to maybe let some restores come out. It looks like they're hunting them down.
Yeah.
Looks like they're trying to get that last.
Yeah,
they're all 3 in the building, and that is it.
Ooh.
GG.
There's 15 points right there.
And friends, 23 kills for average Aiden. That is excellent work. 20 for Designful and 16 for Luop. That is going to be 59 points on kills alone. Yusuf, did I do that math right?
I'm adding up, Chris. I got a calculator.
Add it up.
That's a 74-point game, Chris.
Oh my. Luop and Friends with by far the highest scoring match we've seen on this stream so far. Now keep in mind there's over 20 teams competing in this Creators Cup, so that definitely could be other teams putting up these numbers, but wow. Definitely the highest one we've seen so far, and nice work by Luop and Friends. Now back on board with Thor, Baggins, and Munch, and there are 4 teams left in this match. It is getting very heated. Thor with 11 kills. Oh, and that's Munch goes down as they battle here with the last 4 teams to try to...
Just looking at the scores that we've seen, Chris, I gotta think Team Luop and Friends might be making a play for the #1 overall spot. Team TAC, KP5, we didn't see every single game, but the 2 wins we did were 49 and 46-point wins, respectively. So, a 63-point win, a 74-point win coming out from Luop and Friends. That's going to be plenty to help cover the ground.
That is going to be hard to catch. But of course, we've got a lot of capable Slayers in this tournament, and Thor and his team are certainly some of them. And their sector is closing now. They are one of the last 4 teams. This will be a final match that we watch here in Day 2 of the Hyperscape Creators Cup competition. And let's see how it plays out for the Rowdy Realm boys. That's their team name in the tournament, by the way. And you said I didn't just make it up.
We're just all really good friends, and that's what we call each other.
We all have like crew nicknames. No, this is the self-anointed Rowdy Realm boys. And Thor dropping the ball there, not, in the figurative sense, literally changing out the ball hack for the armor. And now reveal event coming in. This is a pretty spicy one to come in with 4 teams left. Boom. And now it's going to be a fight here in the final zone, which is decaying.
This isn't the final zone. This is the next to final zone. But this is Limelight, one of the main landmark locations. Again, very tight close quarters in there, lots of cover. So you're gonna have a lot of interesting firefights inside.
I see what you mean there. There is that little corner where they can still go ahead and.
Yeah, get ready to turn around. There's gonna be people in Limelight.
Yep. They're already working their strats. Get ready to turn around. They've got people coming. This is 4 teams crammed into this small corner of Neo Arcadia. This is definitely going to be a heated final confrontation. I am excited to see how this one plays out.
And I mean, you could dropping the mine there right at the entryway, putting some ripper shots down, people coming from zone. We talked about this, Chris. Gatekeeping is so important and crucial. Great way to pick up extra kills. Munch there getting a kill with the Harpy. And you can tell Thor's tense because he's not even breaking out his melee weapon to break down barriers. He's just using some ripper shots, reloading instead of switching to his melee. That's how you know things are in the final stretches.
That gun is always up. Okay, found another one.
Right here.
Someone who's working with a Skybreaker indoors. Just keep saying...
Skybreaker with that mine defense.
Stay out of my doorway. I'm skybreaking this doorway. But knock, the boys are coming.
Yeah, can we slam
there's 2 inside there. Are they going to push? The crown has spawned, and someone has picked it up with 3 teams left. 2 teams left now as Thor and his squad wipe that duo. And there's just 1 squad left, and that squad has the crown. They're going to have to now chase this person down. They're out in the open, though. You really want to get around some buildings with that crown. Oh, but runs right around the corner, right into Thor. Coming for the slam on the crown bear for the
what
win.
A great
what
ending.
A finish.
Let's go.
Perfect finish with the slam there. Thank you, Thor and squad. 12, 10, and 10. That's 32 kill points plus a 15-point bonus. That'll be a 47-pointer for Thor, Munch, and Baggins. to round out our tournament, day 2 of competition. Yusuf, this was a good one, man. We watched the top 5 teams coming in.
Shout out to Thor. You know I love me some slam kills. You were doing your own thing, Chris. I didn't jump in there. But when they were fighting the third to last team, you heard Thor shout out, can we do slam it in a ding dong, where they all go inside, they all pop their slams. And again, if someone is already a little bit low, multiple people slamming, especially if it's fully fused, can just completely wipe a team. They did that. They moved on. They chased the final team down. Thor finished it off with a slam. They pick up the win. 47 points. Take that to the bank. Oof. What a way to end.
I am hyped now, man. That was excellent. GG to Thor and all our competitors today. We had some great matches here on the stream. We're super stoked? Psyched? Happy y'all joined us to watch. We will be back in 2 weeks, so give this channel a follow. 2 weeks from today will be the final day of competition for the Hyperscape Creators Cup as our competitors go for the prize pool you see over there, their share of $50,000. And in those 2 weeks, Yusuf, that will, before we see you folks again, Hyperscape is coming to console. It's coming out on Xbox One, PS4, and Season 1 is launching on PC. Launching on all those platforms. August 11th. That's just under 2 weeks from now, folks. So get excited for it. Get into streams and watch streamers using that Crowncast extension to level up your Battle Pass. And if you watch for an hour or more, 600 bit crowns are going to go into your account in Hyperscape, no matter what platform you're playing on. As long as you've linked your Twitch account with your Ubisoft account, Uplay account, you're going to be golden.
Oh, yes.
Yusuf, thanks, man. This was really fun.
Chris, you killed it. You did a fantastic job. Thank you to all our competitors as well. Not just the 5 we were watching, but all 26 teams competing today. Can't wait to see how the leaderboards shake out, who we're casting next week, and who is going to play in the finals for that $50,000 prize pool.
Absolutely. We check news.ubisoft.com next week, folks. We'll have the updated leaderboard standings. You can also follow Hyperscape on Twitter. They'll be tweeting out the leaderboard results once they're all officially tallied and verified. We want to make sure we get it right.
The Hyperscape game.
Yes.
Hyperscape game.
At Hyperscape game. Thank you, Yusuf. That's where you're going to go to get those results, and then go ahead and check. You'll be tracking those top 5 teams. If you check the leaderboard results earlier this week, you could have been tracking these teams, seeing their practices, seeing their scrims, seeing it all come out, seeing Thor and Squad work on that slam-a-lam-a ding-dong. But that'll be it for us today, folks. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you in 2 weeks for the finale of the Hyperscape Creators Cup.
Take care, y'all.